Welcome to Percolating Change, the podcast where we brew better outcomes one sip at a time. My name is Alicia James and my guest today is Tony Lockwood. Tony is a dynamic senior leader with extensive experience partnering with executive teams to craft and execute strategic plans that enhance operational efficiency and profitability. Tony is renowned for leading comprehensive business transformations, procurement optimization, and strategic repositioning within the FTSE-listed companies and mid-size organizations. Tony is passionate about helping organizations navigate change to achieve sustainable growth. Welcome, Tony. Really glad to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you, Elisa, for the invite, and I'm looking forward to our discussion.
Yes, so am I. Now, Tony, tell me what transformation AI is all about. So I want to break this up into two parts. Tell me what it's all about, and then maybe you might be able to weave it in as well. Who is our target audience for this?
Yeah, so if I could just sort of step back a little bit,
Please.
After 25 plus years driving change and transformation into organisations, as you've just said, I set about drafting initially and then publishing the Transformation Leaders Body of Knowledge as a definitive way for organisations to structure and deliver successful transformation. Off the back of that, we were asked many times questions around, well, what about this and what about that? And I just need to have some time to think about these things. So Transformer AI was the sort of logical element of that. It started off almost as a bit of a joke, because I'd come across some technology that could create a digital twin of myself. So the first iteration was called Tony 2.0, that landed well. So we thought it would make sense to create something that could provide leaders with some independent perspective, some thoughts or some space to think and consider alternative arrangements or alternative approaches at the point where they're facing some challenging situations based upon successful transformation framework, successful ways of working. So it's an approach that it's a system that works alongside the transformation leader or the business leader within organisations that are going through major change.
Okay, so the transformation leader would actually tap into this. So you're talking about the C-suites?
It could be the C-suite. It could be senior leaders, operational leaders that are sponsoring major change or major transformation. It could be the transformation team members themselves. So because fundamentally the Transformer AI looks at the body of knowledge and a supporting array of content and not just the open AI world, it's very well defined on helping organizations drive change and transformation. What it does, it helps and guides, but more importantly, it just provides that independent perspective on things. So if a sponsor is looking to drive some major initiative into an organization and putting the team together, they can start to engage with Transformer AI to help them understand what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing and the consequence of going down a particular route. So it gives them the opportunity to think about things before committing to it. If a transformation leader or a project leader within the transformation is running a workshop, one of the key things that I find trips up a lot of transformations and change initiatives is a lack of alignment. So, if that leader is looking at having a workshop with senior leadership team to get that alignment, what types of things can they do and what kinds of things shouldn't they do? And if they're thinking about going down a particular route, what are the consequences of that? So it gives them that opportunity to step back and consider things in a safe environment.
Yes.
And that's the critical piece. It's a safe environment. It's a one-to-one conversation, and it's completely independent of everything else that's going on. So it learns from the conversation, but ultimately it's there to help you as an individual deliver transformation or change within the organisation.
So can I just ask, you mentioned the body of work that you first developed before Transformer AI, and that's, just remind me the name again. What was it called again, Tony?
Yeah, the Transformation Leaders Body of Knowledge.
That's right. Now, just say I am the sponsor and I'm going to run a workshop, so get everybody on the same page, as you said, and I'm going to use Transformer AI. What are the other tools I'll need to do? So what exactly would I start first? Is it a questionnaire? How would I go about?
Yeah, so Transformer AI, if you to access it in its most complete way, there's 4 layers.
Right.
And the layers are around, the first layer is Diagnose. So that's about giving you an independent perspective on where you are within your transformation agenda at the moment. So that is an assessment, and that is a 50-question assessment, and you will get a very detailed individual report based upon the answers that you provide to those 50 questions, and based upon the best practice built within the TL box, so the Transformation Leaders Body of Knowledge. And that report provides you with, these are areas where you've got strengths, these are areas where you've got weaknesses, these are areas that you should prioritize. This is the sort of things that you should be prioritizing, and some of the ideas that you would want to consider to move forward on those. And here's what we recommend you should be doing in the next 3-6 months to drive that thing forward.
Another incoming question. So can I walk off with just the assessment?
Yes.
You've got these 4 layers. So that just comes to me in my inbox, and I can use that to then go off and do whatever.
That one's completely independent. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. That's quite attractive, actually, because they'll answer truthfully, obviously. It's 50 questions. So what's the other 3 layers?
So the next 3 layers is, the second layer is Decide. So this is the AI element, and that what we've been talking about earlier. It's that independent view. It's that working alongside that sort of the leaders in the moments that matter for them, when something feels urgent, messy, or high stake, and it helps them to slow things down and service constraints before they actually commit to doing anything. And it's an AI tool. You can talk to it. You can chat to it, and it's real life 24/7 access to effectively a digital twin. The third element of the whole sort of Transformer AI toolkit is we've got what we call Execute. We've got guides, we've got videos, we've got training, we've got lots of templates that are available for people to pick up and run with. So again, if the assessment's coming back saying we recommend you do this, you can talk to the AI and it helps you guide what you could do. But then we give access to the tools that you need to actually go and put those things in place. And then the final element, which is what we call Evolve, is the alumni that we've developed within the Transformation Leaders Hub, which is a global community of transformation leaders, and that alumni is full of people that have been there and done it. So we're saying this is what the framework and the proven framework TR bot says you should do. Here's some support on a one-to-one basis through the AI. Here's a loads of tools and support that you've got available just to get things mobilized really, really quickly. Oh, and by the way, you've got access to alumni of people, your peers globally, that will have done these things in their sort of recent history as well. So you've got that ability to engage with real people as well as the AI tool that we talked about earlier.
I love that. And so it doesn't matter where you are in your decision making, you can come in and tap into this, can't you? Doesn't matter. You can tap into either one of those 4 pillars.
Yeah, absolutely. It's based around a membership. So it's either a corporate membership or an individual membership. And on the corporate membership, for organisations, if the organisation buys into the Transformer AI approach, it's unlimited access for unlimited number of people. And those unlimited number of people get exactly the same access as the individuals do if they sign up on an individual basis. It's a collective sort of purchase decision for the organisation.
Right, all right.
And they can dip in and out and utilise as much or as little at the time that's right for them. And that's the key. It's about providing them with the support that they need at the time that they need that support.
Yeah, I love that. And so in terms of benefits for an organisation, Tony, this obviously saves time. Have you got any data around this? I know it's a newish tool for you that you're launching or have launched. Have you launched it?
It is launched, yeah. It was in beta nice. Back end of last year, and nice. it's just launched in 2026. Yeah, so have I got any data? There's lots and lots of data around failed transformation statistics and failed change initiative statistics.
Yes.
And when you do the research around the reasons for that failure, a very high percentage of failure has resulted from decisions that have been made during the process that when you look back and investigate it, a lot of people knew that decision was perhaps the wrong decision, but momentum had been created, expectations were being driven, and you ended up going down the wrong route. And it's always easy looking back and saying, of course we went down the wrong route. But what we're trying to do with Transformer AI and the four layers that we've just been talking about is provide people with that ability just to step back and think about that before really committing to it at the time of that point. So and the analogy I use a lot when I've been talking to people within organizations generally over my 25 years is that one of the key themes of failure is where there's a lack of alignment. And that lack of alignment can just be a very, very small change in or lack of alignment. And the analogy I use a lot is, if a plane leaves New York flying to London and it's 1% off course, which doesn't sound a lot, where could it land? And it could land it could land anywhere between north of Scotland and south of France, which is about 700-800 miles difference. 1% difference. So what happens in organisations?
All the other things that could go wrong as well.
Exactly. So what happens in organisations if there's 1% misalignment within that C-suite? And it's not corrected, because that's what a pilot does every time it flies. They keep correcting to ensure that they land in London. And that's what the role of a transformation leader is. That's what the role as a sponsor is. And having that ability to identify that misalignment, which you can find, some of that will typically come out in the assessment tool. But then understanding how to realign people that are misaligned and where stakeholders are going down different routes because of different priorities. What can you do to bring them back into line? That's where the
tools,
toolkits comes in,
the
the AI
execute,
comes in, the
yes,
experience comes in.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you're never alone. That's the key. Never feel that you're alone. You've always got something to turn to just to help guide and challenge and give you that independence of thought.
I love that. And so I'm going to purchase this tomorrow. How would I go about it? Is there a demo? What's the next step?
Yeah.
If
So
people want to, there's another
it's
question I want to ask after that. You've answered that.
okay. So in terms of how to find it, Transformer ai.co is the website. That will direct you through to a page that you can watch a video. You can that explains it in more detail. You can schedule. You can download a brochure that gives you a little more information. That's in addition to what's on the website, and you can set up a meeting with me or one of the team just to talk through what it would mean for the organisation. If you're looking to join in on an individual basis, the slightly different route, it's the transformationleadershub.com, and that will give you access to everything that we've been talking about. So transformer-ai.co is very much down the organisation route. The transformationleadershub.com is for the individual membership.
Community, yeah, I love that. Actually, you answered the question that I wanted to ask. I may have used the wrong word. You're not saying pillars, are you? You're saying layers, the 4 layers. I think I said pillars.
Yeah,
yeah, it's layers. Yeah,
the Transformer AI is based around 4 layers. The Transformation Leader's body of knowledge is driven around 9 pillars.
That's it. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, that's exciting, Tony. Really exciting, because I know that I just think the idea of business readiness and, getting everything aligned, that assessment piece up front, that minimise that risk that we have of that plane going 1, a millimetre off track.
No,
because
absolutely.
you can start with that real, information that's going to drive your future decisions and further decisions. And if you've did nothing else, that would be great. And the membership, so it's not a one and done. You don't get the opportunity really to just get the assessment. Why would you just want that? You'd want the tools to support all of that, wouldn't you? You want to be working with all of that toolkit and tapping into using those. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I think just going back to the TL, the Transformation Leader's Body of Knowledge in those 9 pillars, sometimes that lack of alignment happens because you look through the lens of just one thing. And a lot of organizations at the moment are driving transformational change through the lens of how can we best utilize AI. But which is fine. Absolutely. That can be the catalyst for that change.
But it can't be the only.
It can't be the only catalyst for that change. And the 9 pillars say, well, let's understand what the impact on the vision for the organisation is. Let's understand what the impact of the business model is. What's the impact on the operating model? Then data and digital. That gives you the roadmap, those 4. And then once you've got the roadmap, how are you going to do it? What's the impact on stakeholders and partners? What's the impact on the culture? What's the impact on the people? And then how are you going to measure it? Governance and financial benefits. And those are the 9 pillars. And if you haven't got a plan across all 9 pillars, the likelihood is that your program will fail, because it'll drive some misalignment within the C-suite, and that's it's those 9 pillars that are being reviewed when we do the initial assessment. So it all hangs together.
Yeah. So with the body of work, and we're coming to the end, but just for our viewers, with that body of work and the assessment, is that body of work incorporated in the tool set?
Yes.
Or is it it is, yes. It's incorporated. Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the tools that you get is a digital copy of the body of knowledge. So,
Got it. Yeah.
so
Yes.
you've got
I
a
hope I'm
physical
asking the
copy.
right questions.
No, that's right. So,
Yeah.
so with basically, you've got the body of knowledge. So you've got a copy of the body of knowledge. You've then got a whole set of tools and guides and support materials that helps you look at each of the 9 pillars. Then the AI tool gives you that ability to engage with a digital twin that's talking to you about those 9 pillars.
As
And
they relate
guiding
to
you to
you.
say, yeah, you
Yes.
probably need to think about this tool. You probably need to think about
Yeah.
that tool.
Nice. Love it. Love it. I think you're going to be very successful with this, actually, Tony. I can think of, when we spend so much time, when I say we, as senior leaders, spend so much time in trying to get things right. Let's eliminate as much of the guesswork as we can. Why not have that thorough assessment and, those the fact that you've done all that work before, because I know the body of work, the 9 pillars, is not a new thing. This is 25 years of work put into that, and now you're making it easier and more accessible for people to actually increase the chances of their program of work to be a success. So congratulations and well done. Now,
Thank you.
You're welcome. How can people get hold of you, Tony? Should they want to have another discussion, or is it if they want to talk to you about it but not do anything yet, is there an opportunity to do that?
In terms of contacting me, LinkedIn, so just Tony Lockwood,
Nice.
So LinkedIn and Tony Lockwood.
Yeah.
On through the website, as I say, if you go on to transformer-ai.co, you can then book a meeting directly with me or one of the team, and we can talk through the potential of Transformer AI to you and your organisation. Nice. Or my email address we'll share in the notes.
In the show notes. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I'm excited that you were able to come on and talk about Transformer AI, and looking forward to hearing how it goes.
No, that's fine. I think the message to leave, I think, is that the future of transformation isn't about smarter answers. It's about better supported judgment, and that's what Transformer AI is all about.
I like that tagline, better supported judgment. Have you captured that tagline with us?
Yes, I think we've got it all over the website, to be fair.
Yeah. Look, I hope so. That's fantastic. I love that. Better supported judgment. Better supported judgment. You're keeping the human being in the loop, and you're making better supported judgments because you've got all that data that's easily accessible. So thank you once again for coming along, Tony. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this session, please like and subscribe, and look out for other short episodes. And I'll be leaving all of Tony's contact details in the show notes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alicia. Been great.